Hey, it's Shanna. I wanted to try something a little different this week, and truth be told, this is like the sixth time I've pressed record, and every time I say something stupid or I stutter or I mumble, we're just gonna try to work through it because I really want to post this week. I skipped last week, I didn't really have an idea, and I don't want to skip weeks because I like being here and I like interacting with all of you, so mistakes be damned. We're gonna do this. First of all, I want to say I received my copies of the Little Bird Tarot decks yesterday. They were all on my porch when I came home from work. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted a picture of them yesterday. Not that it matters, but I thought it was a fun picture. So all of the decks are in their boxes in my guest bedroom, and there was one box that had kind of a big gash on the top, one shipping box that had a big gash on the top. So I popped that one open. I wanted to make sure that all the decks were safe, and the printing company did a good job packing. They've got little like plastic squares on all of the corners, so all the corners are protected, and then they had a piece of cardboard across the top, which wasn't even, that wasn't even cut. So the only thing that got damaged, at least on that box, was the box itself. So I'm gonna do a quick flip around, just show you what's inside, and we'll go from there. So these are the decks. Like I said, I've got 5 of these size boxes and a smaller box, which I actually opened up the smaller box yesterday and took out a single deck for myself because I did not have a final copy. And obviously I wanted a final copy. So this is the final version. Everything looks as it should. I went through my deck last night and everything is perfect. And we're gonna focus on today's video, which is going over this shelf behind me. I like to stock this shelf seasonally. How do I do this? So I'll have, summer decks, winter decks, etc. But generally, that's not how I use tarot. I use tarot monthly. So I'll have a deck for January, for February, etc. And I think there's only a couple of months that I don't have a set deck for, but I do like to have the collection seasonally here as well, which is right next to my desk, so that everything's close at hand and I can incorporate, more than just the deck that I'm using for any given month. So I thought maybe we would go over my summer decks and see where that takes us. Okay, first we have the Fallen Angel Oracle cards, which honestly I don't use a lot. I think they're beautiful. I don't have specific pairings with it. It does go with a lot of different cards though, and I feel like the warm colors on it really lend itself to summer vibes. So that's that one. The Death Doula. If I do this kind of video again, you will probably notice that this is one that I keep here always. It's a all-around deck. It's one that I use consistently, no matter the season. Next we have the Flower Medicine Oracle. This one's definitely a summer deck for me. The colors are bright and vibrant, and it's flowers, so feels seasonally appropriate. I will probably not link all of these decks below just because there's going to be quite a few. If you have questions about any of them, you're not sure where to find them, definitely let me know and I will supply that link. So next we've got Cowgirls and Aliens. This is a brand new one. I think this one goes beautifully with my Journey of the Sacred Bee Tarot, which is my July deck. Next, I have the Outgrow Yourself. This is another one that stays on this shelf no matter the season. This is a great deck for me to ask any kind of question. Like, just a general daily get over yourself type question. This is the one that I'll go to 9 times out of 10. Next, I have the Elvine Oracle, which is by the same creator as the Outgrow Yourself, and I literally just got this in yesterday. The Witchlings Oracle is, and actually it's not really even an oracle, it's just a deck and book set. This one's by Paulina Faye, Paulina Cassidy, as she sometimes goes by. I think Cassidy is what she used to be, what her name used to be on all of her stuff. This one is another one that sits here consistently. I love this deck. It's one of my favorites. I have all of her decks. Did I just say that? Maybe. But I like to have this one close at hand. If I have a question, if I want to do a little simple, fun, uncomplicated spell, you know, this will be one that I reach for. Next up, we have Between the Worlds Oracle, which I have been tempted multiple times to do a walkthrough of this deck, but I know because it's AI, there's a lot of conversation around AI, and I'm not sure that I'm ready to have that conversation on a whole video. So this one I bought specifically because I thought it would go well with my Little Bird Tarot, and it does. It goes beautifully with it, and I have zero regrets. Yeah, that's all I'll say, I guess, on that one for now. Next, I have the Earthbound Oracle. This is another one that I bought specifically this year because I thought it would go well with Little Bird Tarot. So, Old Ways Magic Oracle. This is the second edition. This is another one that I do keep up here always. It's not one that I use a lot. It's one that I kind of went back and forth on for quite a while, trying to decide if I wanted to get it. But it's beautiful, and sometimes I just have to get over myself and buy it because I can and because it's beautiful. The end. Next we have the Radiant Crystal cards. This is the first edition. There we go. I love this one. It's another one that I keep. I don't use it a lot, but I like to have it at hand. If I'm feeling a certain kind of way, or I want to do some kind of specific spell or manifestation, intention, ritual, anything like that, I like to have this close at hand to see which crystals that I should use for that. Oracle of Roses. This is another one that I recently brought in to go with Little Bird Tarot. It's beautiful with it. It's also very summery. Like I said, all of these are going to be pretty summery, other than the ones that I say I'm going to leave here all the time, which, let's be honest, a lot of those, I said that. This one will be a summer exclusively, I think. Then this one, I don't know why I have this one here. It's not summery. It's not really seasonal. This one to me is a fall deck, but I enjoy it a lot. It makes me feel a certain kind of way, and it doesn't look too bad with Little Bird Tarot. So I swear this is not an advertisement for my deck. It just happens that a lot of these are good for summer, and they also look good with my deck. So next up is one that is always here, the Outlet Oracle. Love this deck. This is a top 10 Oracle for me, for sure. So it stays the Chroma or Color Mage Oracle, another that stays here, but it is nice for summer because it goes beautifully with the Herb Crafters, which we'll get into in just a second. I've posted a couple videos on how I use these cards. If you haven't watched those and you have this deck, or you're, curious about it, definitely recommend going to watch that because I don't know, I enjoy the way I use them, and it's not quite the traditional Oracle type way. Okay, moving on. Witch Cats, You Are Magic, and oops, goodness, we're dropping things. And the Spirit Cats. So this is the inspirational card deck. I'll be honest, again, I keep saying that, like this whole thing's just gonna be honest, so maybe I don't need to say that anymore. I don't use these a lot, but I love them, and I think they're cute and sweet, and sometimes I just like to pull a card. I like that there's the message on the back. If there's any deck that I mention here that you would like to see a walkthrough of, definitely let me know. I mean, I know most of these have, multiple ones already on YouTube, but if there's something specific you would like me to do, let me know. I love ideas because I don't always have ideas. Okay, Seasons of the Witch Litha. Pretty self-explanatory. We all know what this is. Makes sense why it's out. The Herb Crafters is my June deck, but because I enjoyed using it so much with the Southern Botanic and the Color Mage, I kept it out. So, This is more of a seasonal, something that I might pull in occasionally, depending on the reading that I'm trying to do. But yeah, this is my June specific deck. Next, we have Coastal Curiosities. This is one that I was curious about for a long time. Never really thought I needed it until I did. So now it is part of my collection. Love this one. It's one of my, I would say this is probably also a top 10 oracle for me. Next, I have the Bird Oracle deck 2. This is another one that I brought in specifically to go with Little Bird Tarot. Poesis, I don't know. Yeah, this one's one that will stay out for sure, that will consistently be on the shelf. A lot of my oracles, if they're out here right now, they're likely ones that stay out consistently. Otherwise, they're put away. Tarot Landscapes. This quickly became my shadow work deck, so this is one that stays out. Next, if I can get it, is the, why can I never remember, Inner Compass Oracle. I want to say this is a top 10 for me, but I don't use it that much. So can it really be a top 10 if I don't use that much? I don't know, but I love it. It's mine. It's a forever deck. Next, we have the Fairy Guidance Oracle, which is another Paulina Cassidy, so it's, you know, it's probably a top 10 as well. Oh, I guess I should pull it out so you can actually see it. Fairy Guidance. This is an out-of-print deck. I heard somewhere recently, however, that they are reprinting this, the publisher. So I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea. Wild and Sacred Feminine deck. This one I don't use, the end. But there's a couple of decks that I really like it to be paired with. I like it aesthetically, so I'm holding on to it. It's a maybe for sure. Next in this little case is my Wisdom of the Kaliak deck. And we won't get into that because I only have one hand. All right, so here's the Little Bird Tarot. This is the final matte box version. Yeah, you guys have seen this a bunch, I believe. If you haven't and you want to see a walkthrough, I have a couple of them on my YouTube. If there's anything in particular you want to see it paired with, please let me know. I'm always happy to do that. Next is the Northern Animal Tarot. This feels very summery to me. I haven't used it once yet this season, which is ironic, but it's out here. It feels seasonal. The Black Violet Tarot is next. This is one that I want to use. I think its main purpose will be, I keep saying like I use it for my bad days. What that means is the days that I feel depressed. I think that's what this one will be for. My intention was to use it with the Reclaim Oracle. I have not done that yet. Another pair that I want to try is the Elvine with the Black Violet. We'll see how that goes. Pocket of Vines. This one is sitting here because I just brought it in my collection and it will probably be finding a new home. I don't know. Its vibe doesn't feel like it's for me. It's great artwork. I bought it because it reminded me of the Carrot Tarts Tarot, but when I put them together thinking maybe I could pair them, the colors are kind of weird and off, and I don't know, the energy's kind of weird and off. I don't know. This is a maybe deck for me. This is a always on the shelf deck. This is one that I use for ancestor work. The Playful Heart. I don't know why this is out, honestly. I love this deck. Love the way it shuffles. Love its aesthetic. When I first got it, I thought maybe it would be a deck I would use for therapy, like pre-therapy, post-therapy, and I did a few times. Maybe I just need to do that again. make the effort to like use it before therapy. So yeah, Joie de Vie, another Paulina Cassidy. This is just one. It's another one that I can just ask a question and I get an answer. Straightforward, no fuss, no muss. I'm gonna pull a chair over here because that way, that's better. I'm 5'11", if you don't know, and this shelf feels very short. The Gentle Tarot, Linen Edition. This is another one that, while surprising, and I just recently brought it into my collection, it's one that gives amazing daily, quick question, quick answer type readings. Tarot of Echoes. I started using this one for ancestor work as well, though this one is more of like, how do I word this? The Tarot of Echoes to me feels like a long time ago ancestor. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna hiccup. Whereas the Forager's Daughter is more a specific person. This is sort of just ancestors in general, but it works really well for that. So, okay, next, I don't know how to pronounce her name on Instagram. Laurora Weird, W-Y-R-D. She recently posted this deck, and it's a deck that I've had in the past. And when she posted it, I don't know. The deck was like, why did you get rid of me? I belonged with you. I want to be with you. And so I listened and repurchased it. I mean, it's a $33, mass market deck. It's not inexpensive, but she needed to come back. So now I have a couple of decks that I have rehomed and repurchased, the Herb Crafters being one of them. Journey of the Sacred Bee is my July specific deck and has been for a few years now. I don't see that changing anytime soon. I love it. It's perfect. Woodland Wardens. This was another one I bought for pairing for Little Bird. I don't use it that often. It's beautiful. I kind of struggle with animal decks despite, the Forager's Daughter. I feel like the Forager's Daughter is kind of its exception because it has a specific place and a specific job. Whereas the Woodland Wardens, I don't know, hasn't quite found its place with me yet, but it feels summery, so it's out. And I want to try it with the Smoke, Ash, and Embers, which is my next summery deck that I have on the shelf here. Next is my Majestic Earth, which is very specifically my August deck. But I thought maybe I would put it here because it feels, August is in summer, right? So I thought maybe I'll put it here in case I want to use it, which I haven't yet. I feel like the ones that I have specifically slotted into a month, they sit solidly there and they don't deviate, generally speaking. One that I want to try pairing with the Majestic Earth is the Tildwick Tarot. This is a unique deck. It's interesting. It's not one that I really wanted, but a few months ago, I've been intrigued by it. Ever since I saw it on Dawn Michelle's channel, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I think is the first time I saw it. And it was one of those ones that, it's the 10th anniversary, it's come back into print, and I just felt like if I didn't get it, I would be kicking myself. So it is mine. I do love it. There's some issues that I have with it, but it's objectively beautiful, and I enjoy playing with it. So yeah, okay. Last, what do I have over here? This one. Yeah, no, that's it. That's all of my summer decks on my shelf. So yeah, it is a short video this week, but honestly, I was going to do a VR. I'm just not in the mood for it. So this is what we're doing, short and sweet. So thanks for joining me if you made it through all 20 minutes, and I will catch up with you guys next week as usual. Bye.